Hey, how's it going? It's Jake Motzinger. Today I wanted to tell you about a sale that I didn't think was going to happen, honestly, but it did turn out all right, and one of the biggest lessons I learned was to just shut up. So basically this guy came in with his daughter. He was looking specifically for a Lexus ES350. He was looking in the pre-owned market, and he wanted to stay at the $25,000 budget. So I showed him the ones that we had in $25,000 budget. They didn't have some of the safety features he wanted, like radar cruise control, lane departure alert, and navigation. So I showed him the one that did have that, and it happened to be $30,000. So we take it for a test drive, and he really loves the way it rides. Of course, every time a person gets into a Lexus, they love the way it drives. And I love getting into a Lexus myself because I'm so confident in the product. I'm so confident in how it drives and the quality of a product it is. So then I can just talk about the extra features on top of that. So we were taking it for a test drive. He's fallen in love with this thing. And by the time we get back, I have to ask him, I give him a little trial close. I said, so if I can get this, in your budget, you take it today, right? And he said, yeah, I think I would. So we get inside, and we go over the Carfax, we go over the 161-point inspection, and he's a little hesitant. And so I just ask a little bit deeper. I say, so I can tell that you're a little hesitant. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. And he said, well, I honestly love all the features of it, but it's not the color combination I wanted. I really wanted either a light, like a beige interior, or the saddle brown interior. And I said, well, I totally understand that, and I wouldn't want you to get something that you wouldn't be happy with. But unfortunately, with those features, I don't have that color combination. But was the gray on the black something that, like, do you like it or do you not like it? And he says, no, I like it. It's just I was looking for something else. And I said, okay, yeah, I totally understand that. So he said, I'd actually like to see if you have any other options, like maybe at a different dealership. So I gave him a little tour of our other dealership and just online, and I found one that fit his color combination, but it had 43,000 miles over ours, which had 13,000 miles. Now this guy is a real estate agent, so his mileage is really important. He drives 30,000 miles a year, which is almost twice as much as most people drive a year, or more actually. So the fact that ours had lower miles and was only $2,000 more, plus ours was certified and it came with another 2 years of unlimited mileage of bumper-to-bumper warranty, he was really, really considering it. So he was like, you know what, I'm gonna head out, I gotta go to an appointment. Why don't you just let me know if you can find something, or let's meet up on Monday and we'll talk about that other one, the color combo that I like. And so I said, okay, well, let me just tell my manager they're heading out. He might want to say bye to you real quick. And so I went back to the manager and I told him, I don't know if money can save this deal, but he's gonna head out, and he's really trying to get to like 30,000 out the door. That's the number he told me he would take this car for. However, that would put it at the same price as that other vehicle out the door. So what do you think? And so he's like, okay, here's the deal. I'll give you $1,500 off. And so I went back to the room and I wrote it down. I said, all right, we're gonna give you a $1,500 discount so that you do business with us today. Our car has so many less miles than that one, and we're getting it out the door at the same price. So would you agree? And then I just shut up and I waited, and literally it was like, I'm actually gonna pause for as long as it was so that you can experience how long I had to wait in silence for him. You'd clean it up for me, right? All right, let's do this. It was literally like almost 20 seconds that he was just thinking to himself, and I just knew that if I could just shut up and wait, that he was gonna convince himself that this was a great idea. And it is a great idea, it's just that people need to sell themselves. They really need to convince themselves, and I don't need to say anything else because the car speaks for itself. I've already talked enough, Now it's just down to them to make a decision, and you don't want to interrupt that. So I learned that by watching one of Tony Swedberg's videos where he just tells you to just shut up. Just present the pencil, present the offer, and shut up. And so I knew that the first person who spoke was going to lose. So even when he asked me, "You'd clean it up for me, right?" I just nodded because I didn't want to say anything until he said yes. And it worked. And I haven't had it not work yet. So I just thought that was a really cool experience to wait it out, to apply some of the training that I have been learning from Tony Swedberg. And I think it was great. And the guy likes the vehicle. He's really happy with it. So it's not a big deal. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more about my lessons learned and the things that I go through, make sure you subscribe.